Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Is Bitcoin ready to soar? According to Glassnode co-founder, apparently it is. This coming from XRP Crypto Wolf here on Twitter. Glassnode co-founder Jan Allman. He has indicated that Bitcoin might be ready to rally. In a tweet, Allman highlighted that Bitcoin shorts have been exhausted after failing multiple attempts to break through the 200-day simple moving average, a trend considered significant as a support level. And you guys can see that down here, the bullish crossover. We are getting very, very close to what I'm assuming is going to be another pump to the upside. You guys can see the trend here just poised, ready to go. We saw this initial pump in early 2023 with a little bit of a cool down period, a significant retracement over here, but then another pump making new highs. And guys, we haven't seen these highs since mid-April. So it has been about 6 weeks since we've seen these new highs, and Bitcoin has just been basing ever since. Finally now, though, it is crossing over that bullish moving average. The bullish crossover of the 50-day simple moving average over the 200-day simple moving average could signal that a Bitcoin surge is on the horizon. Now, the great news about this is that Bitcoin moves generally, the other altcoins move along with it. If I bring up Ethereum, for example, this is another one correlated tightly to Bitcoin. We can see, Ethereum did hit its bottom down in around here. Then at the beginning of the year, it did move along with Bitcoin, readjusting, correcting, making a new high here mid-April, and then also just correcting, doing the same thing that Bitcoin is doing. And of course, XRP has also seen these highs, although a little more choppy. We have seen deeper corrections for XRP, but we are still seeing these highs. We're seeing deeper corrections. However, if Bitcoin soars, XRP is also likely going to move to the upside. I also happen to see this from Wheezy at Nerd Nation Unbox. Once in a lifetime, says eBay CEO. This is an exciting time to be an XRP. Do not miss the boat. Well, he didn't quite say that, but here's what he did say. According to the financial guru, XRP could face a drop to new lows of 38 cents before staging a massive rally that could skyrocket it to 65 cents. Now, 65 cents, that is not huge, but it's a start. What that would do is it would get us in and around here. Let me just plot that on the chart here. So in and around, let's see if we can get really close in there, in and around there, okay? And what that is, if I remove this stuff in here, just to show you guys what I'm going to be talking about next, that would be the next level up, the top level from this supply zone, and in and around here. We can see it did dip down deeper. At this point in time, the deeper cuts, the lower portion of that zone brings us to that 58 cent mark, which we've already kind of touched up here. So if we can get above that 58 cent mark and then form a nice base up above that on 65 cents, well, that means the trend is looking strong and healthy. Analysts have taken a particular interest in XRP as of late. So this guy's coming from Matthew Dixon, the CEO of AI-powered crypto rating resource Eve. So his company is this company here, Eve Crypto Ratings. Unlock the power of prediction with proven crypto ratings. Now, I don't use these guys, but this guy is in the business of predicting crypto ratings, and I guess the bullish, as you guys can see from the website here, the bullish and bearish markets. Proven prediction with crypto ratings. He's saying XRP is set to move up to 65 cents in the foreseeable future. So this is coming very, very soon, he says. In a follow-up analysis that builds upon his earlier findings, Dixon emphasized that XRP has continued to move in the preset direction, eliminating the need to update his previous chart. So he has also done some technical analysis on this. He says, no need to update labeling on XRP as it follows our projected path to the letter. On completion of the X wave up, then Y wave to the downside, there should be some excellent risk-reward ratios to offer. This is once again an exciting time to be in crypto. Don't miss the boat. So for those of you guys following me on Patreon, I'm going to be making trades this coming bull cycle. And, these trades are strictly for profit. So, I've been hearing a lot about XRP moving back down to this level down in here. And if we do see it go back down to, anywhere in the 30s, here's what I'm telling you guys. I'm likely going to buy some more. I wasn't planning on this, but now since I've been doing the Patreon, I think I've just made the decision right now as I'm recording in the spur of the moment. This was not planned. I'm going to buy some more XRP down and around here. And then if we do hit that next impulse move, I am going to trade it, not at all-time high, not waiting until 2024, 25, whatever, not waiting for Bitcoin to reach those all-time highs. And I know I could hold longer, but guys, I want to just kind of get this show on the road and, make some profits, get some of my patrons enthusiastic about the crypto market, and XRP obviously not the only pick. I have picked other cryptocurrencies, coins that I definitely do not talk about on the show. So if you guys are not subscribed to the Patreon yet, it is only $5 a month. I am going to be trading during this bull cycle. I'm going to be posting my trades on the day. So again, if XRP does go down in the 30-cent range, I will be picking some more up. These are going to be shorter term holds in this spec market. As we're riding the bull run up, guys, we're going to see more trading happen. So the question remains, how much profit can be made? You can find me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. That is my handle over there. So are we going to see this Y wave? Are we going to see XRP move further down before it moves up? Well, if it does, you can count on me to trade it, that's for sure. I did not do this last time, but my mantra has kind of changed since then a little bit. Still holding XRP for the long term, definitely not going to be cashing out all of my XRP on these impulse trades. However, I thought I'd have a little bit more fun this bull run, diversifying out into more coins and making more trades. So if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, follow me on Patreon. Part of the reason why I hold so much XRP is because there's so much being built around it, and the infrastructure, the community, the company Ripple is really working day and night to make this a reality, and XRP is one of those chosen cryptocurrencies that's really going to make waves in this new financial system that we are slowly seeing materialize. Tim here on Twitter posted this with regards to the XRP ledger, how it has now seen 1.32 million daily transactions in Q1 of 2023. So just some of the highlights here. The XRP ledger experienced increased network activity in Q1 of 2023, with daily active addresses and daily transactions rising to about 13.9% from 10.7%. The growth in total active addresses was primarily driven by receiving addresses, while sending addresses decreased. Account deletion was allowed on the XRP ledger, and some people did delete their accounts. Offer create transactions, though, which submit orders to exchange crypto assets, were the main driver of increased total daily transactions. Payment and offer cancel transactions also increased, while trust set transactions decreased. The other category saw significant increase due to the usage of new transaction types, including NFTs. So it's interesting because more development is being created on the XRP ledger, as we know, and we're going to see more use cases. So we're going to see more transactions based on those use cases. It's interesting that they mention NFTs here. So total daily transactions is a metric made up of 29 different transaction types, and that number was probably a lot less a few years ago. But they are payments, escrow creations, NFT burns, and account deletions. So we did see 1.32 million transactions in Q1 of 2023. So the first 3 months of the year, that is an increase quarter over quarter. So, more utility obviously is driving more transactional volume to the XRP ledger. Wanted to thank Tim for letting us in on that. And I'm sure we're going to see a heck of a lot more transactions once we get a verdict from the Ripple SEC lawsuit. Digital Assets Daily here on Twitter posted this: SEC went overboard in its campaign against Ripple. Now, this is an opinion piece from a Forbes contributor, and this is what he had to say, a prominent contributor to Forbes, Sam Lyman. So somebody else, I thought originally this was going to be from Rosalind Layton, but it is from Sam Lyman. Another Forbes contributor took to Twitter to share an analysis regarding the ongoing Ripple SEC lawsuit. Lyman stated that the regulator has bitten off more than it can chew in its campaign against blockchain firm Ripple. According to SEC Chair Gary Gensler, he alleges that the crypto sector lacks regulatory compliance. But more and more, guys, as time is passing, we're realizing that the SEC has misstepped and has bungled this case drastically. The agency's previous statements and internal documents unexpectedly challenge the regulator's moves in classifying digital assets as securities and pushing them under securities laws. But Lyman pointed out that the contradictions and conflicts between the SEC's past statements, operations, and present positions, and that's why the SEC moved to seal the Hinman documents in its case with Ripple. So definitely the SEC has bitten off more than it can chew, and I think investors are really getting ready for this. I guess I should also mention too, let me just get rid of some of this, that we are set up. This is a classic setup here, and we've seen it a few times on the chart before. That Nike swoosh pattern is forming again. So we did see it back in here. When we were talking about XRP, we did see it back in here, and this is what really got us started and got us up to that localized high that we saw for XRP back in 2021. We also saw it back in here, and so this is what we saw back in here. Nike swoosh pattern back in 2017 before we hit all-time high. And guys, we're seeing it again. So it is a slow grind to the upside, and it is very common on the XRP chart, that slow grind to the upside, and eventually, boom, we're going to see this blow off top. And all the elements of the story are coming together to, really make this happen. We also have Sologenic co-founder saying that the SEC is at its weakest point. So this coming from Bob Rass, brought to us by XRP Crypto Wolf here. As the resolution of the SEC Ripple lawsuit nears, Sologenic co-founder Bob Rass has taken to Twitter to share his take on the SEC's approach to crypto regulation. Rass claims that the crypto industry is already feeling the ripple effects of the SEC's aggressive approach to crypto regulation. He adds that the SEC is in a weaker position than it has ever been. And so here's what he said. The reality is crypto assets are a new asset class, and treating them simply as securities is to overlook their unique qualities and potential. The smart move for the SEC would have been to create a regulatory framework that considers the nature of these assets, something that we had hoped they would have done by now, but alas, they are morons and they have not. Recent court developments in the Ripple case shed light on the SEC's inconsistent stance, revealing that there may be reasonable grounds to conclude that not all crypto assets satisfy the criteria to be classified as securities. This also has other implications, he says here, for other companies such as Coinbase. So we know Coinbase is embroiled in this situation as well. The SEC needs to shift from its regulation by enforcement approach. It's time to embrace a regulatory framework that encourages innovation while protecting investors. If the SEC continues its current approach, it risks further damaging its reputation and the U.S.'s position in the global crypto market. So from Bob Rass here, he posted a lengthy thread responding to this Forbes article back from May 22nd, which was a couple of days ago, in the SEC versus Ripple case. The Hinman documents could vindicate Ripple and XRP in addition to boosting Coinbase's own litigation. So, we're just waiting now on those Hinman documents, waiting for them to come out. Again, this is going to have a lot of implications on what happens for XRP in the coming weeks. Now I'm saying weeks, before I was saying months, but in the coming weeks, I'm almost kind of hoping now that we do see, prices back in the 30s so that, I can get in on a buy before we do finally see this thing pop off top. So let's cross our fingers. I mean, I'm never one to, want the market to go down further. But now that I've said, okay, if it goes back in the 30s, I'm buying some more and we're going to make a trade on the Patreon. And we're going to wait for that initial first impulse pump, make a trade to hopefully make some quick profits. Anyway, I'm gunning for it now. Okay, let's keep moving, guys, because John Deaton here has also commented about the 63 emails and 52 drafts. This coming from Michael Branch. With regards to the Hinman speech, he said in a tweet yesterday, Deaton stressed that Hinman's controversial speech has a lot of input from top SEC officials to be called his personal opinion. According to the pro XRP lawyer, the speech has a total of 63 emails and 52 drafts from top SEC officials. And here's a quote from John Deaton, guys. There are 63 emails and 52 unique drafts of the Hinman speech. 52. That's a lot of drafts and input for a personal opinion. So, the fact that the SEC is trying to hide behind this, it was only his personal opinion narrative seems a little bit ridiculous at this point, considering, how many emails and drafts, as John Deaton here points out, how many emails and drafts have been made over the time that speech was being formulated. Deaton made this known while commenting on his July 2022 tweet about the email chain of the document. Last year, Deaton disclosed that only the ethics office and ethics chief, Danae Serrano, are not on the email chain of Hinman's docs. So another very interesting point here from John Deaton that he just pointed out yesterday. Wanted to thank him and Michael just for pointing that out. Wheezy at Nerd Nation Unbox also brought this to our attention. If the SEC decides a crypto asset is a security, we may have to delist it. Also, Coinbase, we may determine not to delist a token even if the SEC decides an asset is a security. So what the heck are they trying to say here? I still want to know why the determination on XRP. This is a bit confusing because Coinbase did recently release this, and that's exactly what they said, that, we might listen to the SEC if they say that a token is a security, but then again, we might not. So if that is your criteria, you may or you may not. What is the actual reasons? What are the reasons why yes or no? And why haven't you relisted XRP yet? Further, so I'm just going to clarify this with, I'm going to read this, okay? Read it from the actual document here. Further, The SEC may disagree with our prior assessments concerning XRP and the 7 digital assets flagged in July of 2022 and believe these crypto assets are securities. If an applicable regulatory authority or the court, in either case having a final determinative authority on the topic, were to determine that a supposed crypto asset currently offered, sold, or traded on our platform is a security, we would not be able to offer such a crypto asset for trading until we are able to do so in a compliant manner. A determination by the SEC, a state or foreign regulatory authority, or a court that an asset we currently support for trading on our platform constitutes a security may result in removing that crypto asset from our platform, and may also result in us determining that it is advisable to remove assets from our platform that have similar characteristics to the asset that was alleged or determined to be a security. Alternatively, though, we may determine not to remove a particular crypto asset from Coinbase spot market, even if the SEC or another regulator alleges that the crypto asset is a security. So really not giving us any clarity here. We may not, but we're not going to give you any reasons as to why. Skateboard K down here saying, unfortunately, we know Brian Armstrong and Paul Grewal can't answer this, or would at least even try. Staring down the barrel of ETH, getting a security designation. We Billy Boys emails empower us, gets external communications. It's over for the SEC now. Bye-bye. I think we just have to sit back with the popcorn and wait, guys, and, just see all these other, a torrent. I think we're going to see a torrent of other, crypto exchanges just relisting XRP, though, once we do get a verdict here. And Coinbase, whether they do it or not, it's not going to really matter at the end of the day. Luckily, though, in the United States, there have been, crypto exchanges like Uphold that have continuously decided to list XRP even throughout all this turmoil. So XRP holders still have an outlet here. But then there was this, guys. I didn't know Chris Larsen called out Gary Gensler as early as 2018 with regards to his, at that time, Bitcoin-only agenda. I bet you can't find this interview clip with Chris Larsen at Money 2020. So this was taken from the XRP chat board here, and this was posted in October of 2018. So this is what he said back then. And here's just a transcript, guys. I have it up here. They should have gotten the industry together, all the major platforms, and should have emphasized this, how it's going to be a serious industry, that this is going to be the second internet fundamentally to change things. So this is Chris Larsen talking about crypto back in 2018. But they went with the message, give Bitcoin a pass. And by the way, why don't you try to kill those other platforms? Wow, Chris Larsen foreshadowing what was yet to come. How do you make the regulation work? And that has backfired spectacularly, in my opinion. Because now what you have is different islands of lobbying going on, and we're involved in one called Securite America's Internet of Value. Look, that's going to be specifically around companies using the XRP ledger rather than inviting a cohesive crypto. Look, I think the mistake that was made was arguing that the only real crypto is proof of work based, despite the fact that most proof of work is heavily concentrated in China. China has done a fantastic job with their position in that industry. Now 74% of Bitcoin mining is in China, despite the fact that the energy consumption is huge, despite the fact that proof of work leads to more centralization. And I have to say, I think you need to have a lot of respect for current regulators and ex-regulators. But then, guys, this is where it gets really good, okay? So Chris Larsen, just to summarize, Chris Larsen saying, the industry is very friendly, very favorable to Bitcoin, at least it was in 2018, and that was going to be kind of, the only cryptocurrency that they focused on, and that they were planning on trying to kill other platforms, i.e. Ripple. And again, Chris Larsen was mentioning this as early as October of 2018. He goes on then to say, that being said, I need to call out, okay, so let me remind you what those last two lines were. And I have to say, I think you need to have a lot of respect for current regulators and ex-regulators. He then goes on to say, anyone who has been a regulator has served this country. That being said, I need to call out a lesson that needs to be calling out. That is Gary Gensler, who has been out there for months and months, that has been hearing the Bitcoin agenda. That Bitcoin is okay. Arjan says, my currency, and Chris says, yeah. Frankly, try to kill off the challenging group, specifically those trying to figure the XRP ledger. And that is very unfortunate, and will be proven wrong on Ethereum, and proven wrong generally. We see him sometimes at conferences. He pops up all the time, spends time walking through history that is incorrect, seeming not to have a really deep grasp on how the industry works, seems to say, I agree, I get it, thanks for clarifying that, then goes out of his way to repeat the same mischaracterizations. Clearly, he has things like a Bitcoin agenda, and I understand is a Bitcoin holder. He should expose that if that's the case. You know that's not helping the industry. That is not helping America. So, Chris Larsen here way back in 2018 at the Money 2020 talk. At least it was reproduced here on this message board back in October of 2018. I don't know what month Money 2020 happened in 2018. Nevertheless, it sounds as though Chris Larsen was foreshadowing what Gary Gensler was going to do to the industry. And even with all that planning, the missteps the SEC has taken are hilariously laughable, but that just strengthens Ripple's case, guys. The XRP price is going to pump off FOMO. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.